West Texas is coming out of a week-long deep freeze. It is a gorgeous Saturday afternoon here in Abilene as the Abilene Christian University Wildcats welcome in their old friends from the Metroplex, the UT Arlington Mavericks. This is WAC basketball on ESPN+. Hi, everyone. Grant Boone alongside Coach Ron Holmes. Nice jacket, by the way.
Thank you very much.
What do they say? Styles make fights. Coach, we've got a big contrast with these two combatants today.
Yes, absolutely. UT Arlington, top 50 in the nation in pace. Abilene Christian builds their program on defense, so we're going to see they can't take the bait.
We'll see. UT Arlington loves to shoot the three, and Abilene Christian wants to go in 2 by 2. Take a look at our conference standings here. Both of these teams, Abilene Christian and UT Arlington, got their first conference victories of the season Thursday night at home, and now they meet here at Moody Coliseum, and Utah Valley remains the only unbeaten team. They got a big road win at California Baptist on Thursday night. Let's take a look at impact players for both teams. Coach Lance Ware for UT Arlington and Keon Williams for Abilene Christian, two guys who played at the highest level.
Absolutely. Lance Ware transferred into UT Arlington from Villanova, and he is an absolute difference maker at 6'10". Keon Williams is just now starting to get his feet under him in the WAC, and he is a difference maker for the Abilene Christian Wildcats.
So we'll see how those two impact play today as these two teams meet for the 33rd time. Time to meet our third member of the broadcast team, Alexis Stanley.
Thank you, guys. Just one day of rest for both of these teams as they played and both secured their first conference wins of the season last Thursday night. The ACU Wildcats are coming off a huge win against Tarleton State, while UT Arlington is contending with a win over Seattle Redhawks. The Wildcats' defense was a key to their upset win against the Texans by forcing 19 turnovers and holding Tarleton to only 27% shooting. Even though ACU's defense has been strong the last few games, will it be enough to come out on top against the Mavericks, still in their second conference win here at home before hitting the road? Guys, back to you.
All right, Alexis, thank you very much. Leo Bettiol and Lance Ware will jump center for their respective teams. They split the season series last year, each team winning at home. First meeting of 2 in 2025. There is Ware. He's been a Wildcat twice before at Kentucky and Villanova, now playing the Wildcats. Tommy Johnson will throw the ball skyward. Roland Simmons and Jake Hertz are his teammates in the black and white. And the Wildcats win the tip. Bettiol, Smith, Keon Williams, Braden Hubbard, and Yanniel Rivera. And a good start for the big man Bettiol from Italy.
A real good start. That's exactly how they start the game. You know, 90% of the time they go inside to Bettiol, and he's their leading scorer this year.
That's Seamster with the ball with Wells, Ware, Darius Burford, Brody, Robinson. There's Robinson at sub 6 feet. He's a big man, I promise you, for the Mavericks. Wells kicks it out. Robinson for the lead, and it may have grazed the rim. Won't get the air ball call from the ACU faithful. Good crowd here inside Moody Coliseum. How good do both of these teams feel, Coach, after getting their first conference wins Thursday night?
Well, a ton of bricks have been lifted off their shoulders, obviously, but this is the game that counts. This is the one that starts you rolling into the conference.
So Bettiol, who went 2 games out of 3 a couple of weeks ago without making a single field goal, has 2 in the first minute here against the Mavericks. And a steal to boot.
It's a really good start for the Wildcats. You know, the pace that we talked about in the opening, UT Arlington wants to run the ball, and ACU's trying to work the ball. If you're behind like the UTA is right now, it's much harder to get them to shoot that shot.
Look out, 7-0.
Yeah, good start.
The inside out 3 for Abilene Christian, and Braden Hubbard has come on in his first year. JUCO All-America last season. Onto the basket for Ware. Didn't want to take the shot in close. And the Mavericks coming up empty in their first couple of minutes. Nothing there for Smith in transition.
It's just a lot easier to make a team. to slow a team down than it is to make a team run.
Bettiol denied. I think that was Seamster coming over to help. But the Mavericks throw it away. And they're playing a team in Abilene Christian that's top 10 in the nation in forcing turnovers. That time Darius Burford couldn't bring it in.
And another thing I've noticed ACU's done that should lead to success, to change the starting lineups, bringing Hunter Jack in off of the bench. That paid dividends Thursday night for the Wildcats.
Hunter Jack Madden, who a perennial starter for 3 years, came off the bench, scored 9 points after struggling mightily, fighting through an injury. Good start for the home team here. This is Keon Williams. A reach-in foul on Keon Williams. Never quite what he wanted offensively there.
That's one thing you'll notice about today's game. UT Arlington on a missed shot or a turnover, they're going to try to get down the floor as fast as they can.
So most of us are watching the scoreboard. You're watching the clock because pace is the most important thing you think today.
Yeah, well, top 50 team in the nation. If you're ACU, you better make them finish 50-51.
Corner three, yes. And Jaden Wells, a Division II All-America at University of Central Oklahoma. Last 4 years, puts the Mavericks on the board. And Williams gets up in the air and Rivera able to save it.
You've got to be judicious with the ball. You don't want to get sucked into running up and down the floor and taking that shot right there.
Hubbard made one earlier, can't get that one to go. Out of bounds off of Hornecker, the 7-footer, who's just come in for Bettiol.
I think Coach Tanner, he's gesturing to him. You saw on television right there. He's rolling his hands around. Work the offense, turn down the good shot for the great shot.
The big message to his team for Brett Tanner in practice yesterday, don't make them play the way they want us to play. Be us. And that is, as you said, more deliberate. Make it a street fight where he can handle himself in any fight.
He's very skilled for 6'10". He's got a pro career.
All right, Hornecker calling for the ball, and Rivera opted against it. First 7 for Abilene Christian. Next 5 for UT Arlington, and then Yaniel Rivera answers for ACU.
And the benefactor of that will be Hunter Jack Madden,
who's waiting, as you see.
Yeah, he'll be the beneficiary of those.
Looks like he's coming down the runway here. Hunter Jack Madden waiting to come in. Where on Hornecker, has it knocked away. Hubbard created the takeaway. And a jump ball possession arrow will favor the Mavericks. Media timeout. Abilene Christian off to a good start, giving the Mavericks some of their own medicine. Some long-range makes. Max Sawyer is checked in. And the inbound knocked back out. UT Arlington inbounding after the held ball. Possession arrow favoring the Mavericks. That's Robinson triggering the inbound. Running out of time. Is that 5 seconds? It is. 4th turnover in 4+ minutes.
Most definitely ACU's pace right now. Playing passing lanes over playing passing lanes.
Madden in the game for the first time. 4 out of 5 games without a point, but 9 on Thursday night. Finds Sawyer, freshman. He'll get rid of it quickly. Abilene Christian 4 of 7 from the floor so far. Wildcats have to hustle. DeGrew, this will count if it goes. No, Bettiol into Sawyer.
Yeah, a great example, great possession for the Wildcats, in that they did exactly what they've been coached to do, turn down good shots for the great shot.
Robinson left hands it over to Burford. Ware with an offensive board, gives Wells another chance, and it's enough. Second 3 for Wells, and Brett Tanner on the court, livid at the second chance opportunity. And a travel on Hunter Jack Madden, the second turnover for Abilene Christian. One more look here. You see Bettiol with position, but Ware Got a little bit of the longer rebound and that second chance opportunity.
That's length, Grant. That's what length will do for you at the mid-major level.
All right, so an offensive rebound and a three, then a takeaway. Intercepted by, oh, is this a foul on Williams? Oh, they get Keon Williams, who had intercepted the pass into the post.
Is that his second foul? I think it is his second foul.
It is. Take another look here. I'm not sure.
Well, it's a 50-50 ball. I think that's what everyone's looking at.
Deontay Smith is in the game. He inbounds it to Ware, who chases it down in the backcourt, which is perfectly fine. So 6'10" gives to 5'11". Robinson to Wells, now Ware. Kicking it out. Deontay Smith can't get it to go. Rebound, Rich Smith for Abilene Christian. In a game, the Wildcats lead by 4. Smith pulls up for 2 and over the top of the backboard. Brett Tanner talked yesterday in practice, Coach, about giving up a good shot for a great shot.
Well, and I think we see 2 or 3 examples of that right there. That shot that Smith took right there is probably ill-advised, a little early into the shot clock. But they're going to make 6-7 passes before they put up a shot, unless they have the layup. You never pass up a layup ever.
Bettiol made a couple early. Kicks this one out to Dontrez Williams, who's in for the first time. Hunter Jack Madden gets one to drop early, and those have been few and far between for the last month for the Aussie. And he puts Abilene Christian back up by 7. Brandon Talbot, deflection. Bettiol the rebound, and Smith throws it down.
Wow.
Brock Splatter.
What a great start for ACU.
Ware double team, knocked away by Madden. Through traffic comes Smith to Dontrez Williams. He's fouled as he goes up.
What a start. What a start.
And Moody is hopping.
Yes, it is.
Well, Rich Smith, the 6'4", first-year Wildcat from the Bronx. A Division II transfer from St. Thomas Aquinas. He took his team to the Division II tournament. Took UTA for a ride there.
You know,
they say 2 seconds on the shot clock. I don't believe that's
25. Yeah, they got quick score. UTA will not stop shooting threes. They shot 24 against USC, hit 16, and only got beat 2, I believe.
Yeah, down to the wire.
In LA.
Yeah, Jaden Wells had 7 of those 3 makes in that game. Just a dream start for the Wildcats. Madden tries again.
Tried to draw the foul. A little early.
Robinson crosses over. Oh, he bounces it to Talbot. Brandon Talbot with some big makes in the win against Seattle. And a beautiful backdoor and a flush home by Rayshawn Seamster.
That's what Charleston did the other night. They gave up backdoors, but they also took advantage of some backdoors as well. UTA must have watched that video.
Dontrez Williams a little short. And let's see if the Mavericks can put together back-to-back scoring possessions. Talbot had some big makes against Abilene Christian when they met in November last season.
Here's that pace we talked about. They're going downhill on nearly every dribble.
Deontay Smith, desperate, can't get it to fall. And Braden Hubbard the rebound. Ahead to Hunter Jack Madden. Nearing the under 12 media timeout. Bettiol won't take many of those mid-rangers. And you get an offensive foul on Bettiol. Moving screen. And it is the under 12 timeout. Abilene Christian shooting 50%, leading it by 7. back to Moody Coliseum. Good start for Abilene Christian, coach 17-10 in favor of ACU.
Yeah, they're doing what they've been coached to do today.
Yeah.
You never know. Jekyll Hyde's going to show up sometimes when you're a 500 ball club. But they're passing up good shots for great shots, and they are passing the ball 4, 5, 6 times.
Well, and for Abilene Christian, just a completely different kind of opponent than the one they played Thursday against Tarleton State. A team that takes the fewest threes in all of Division I basketball against one that leads the conference in threes. And an and one chance for Rayshawn Seamster.
Yeah, it's good. It's good execution right there. They caught him on a back door again, and a little more execution this time down the floor for UTA right there.
Hubbard called for the personal foul.
They take the ball to the left side of the floor, reverse it, and that's how they catch you in the back door, because there are reversals and switches made. And you have to communicate on the switch. You have to tell them we're switching.
Free throw good. It's a good free throw shooting team. And Seamster has the first free throw for either team. Rivera back in, playing the 2-guard spot.
So let's count the passes right now. Let's see if we got one pass there.
Zone look for the Mavericks. Brett Tanner told his team yesterday, expect the zone. They're not going to try to play us straight up. 4 to go on the shot clock. Rivera got to get it. I think it'll count if it goes. And an long rebound, Dontrez Williams, who I think threw it off.
Yeah.
Threw it off of Burford.
There were 6 passes made on that possession right there. That may be 1 or 2 passes too many.
KT Turner, in his second season, finally got a head coaching gig last year, and all he did was lead the Mavericks to the WAC championship game where they lost to Grand Canyon. 20-win season. Just like Brett Tanner won 25 games in his first year as a head coach at Abilene Christian, now in his 4th year. Again, the shot clock winding down and intercepted. Seamster, easy pick. And here come the Mavericks. 4th turnover for Abilene Christian. Beautiful look from Robinson, finding Jackson Ellingsworth, and Brett Tanner seen enough.
Timeout, ACU.
5 straight points for UT Arlington. And you see him pointing to his head. There's the beautiful dime from Robinson. He flirted with a triple-double on Thursday night. He had 7 points, 10 rebounds, and 9 assists.
Yeah, they caught him in transition right there. Now, I was going to point out it when we came out of the timeout. It was 17-13 at the time. ACU's ahead by 4, but this is definitely UT Arlington's pace. So they're going to have to, the Wildcats, ACU's going to have to slow them down on their offensive end, and that's the extra pass.
Well, they took it down inside 5 seconds, but
Yeah.
DeGrew's cross-court pass was intercepted, and it led to kind of a secondary transition bucket for the Mavericks. Well, someone's going to walk out of here today. Not these guys. One of these teams is going to walk out of here today 2-4 and feeling a lot better about themselves than they did when the week started at 0-4.
Yeah.
Big man Mashai Hill in the game for Abilene Christian. Christian Alston, number 7, in as well. Alston, a freshman. Way in trouble. And somehow gets out of it, but can't convert. Now he gets the ball back. It's Hubbard with the left hand.
Hubbard's got to come alive for the Wildcats.
Well, KT Turner, his biggest concern before the game, shots at the rim. He said they had 20 layups against Tarleton State. We can't allow that. They give up a second chance bucket there to Hubbard. Burford on DeGrew. Fall away. Beautifully done. Darius Burford began at Elon, then Illinois State. Only 2 players back for KT Turner this year. It's a new look Mavericks. That's kind of basketball these days, isn't it?
Oh,
Hubbard
absolutely, yes.
with 7.
Now, we're on pace to score 80 points in this game, and the Wildcats haven't scored 80. Moby Dick was a minute.
Abilene Christian has scored 70 since early December. Robinson fumbles the catch. Has it here. He'll try a 3. Big one. Brody Robinson looks to the ACU cheering section to make sure they got a good look at that one.
He is a busy player. He is a busy player.
All right, Abilene Christian's been up by as many as 7. It's a 1-point game at the moment. All right, here's Rivera. He made a 3 earlier. Makes a 3 here.
Yeah.
He is 5 of 10 in conference play from 3.
Yeah, and that is a great turnaround and a great. You can be optimistic about what your chances are with 2 shooters.
The sophomore from Puerto Rico. Beautiful floating island. And Talbot working on Alston, 7-on-7. Hubbard closed out on Burford, but committed the foul in the process. There's Brett Tanner, 4th season as the ACU head coach, 8 seasons as the associate head coach to Joe Golding before that. Both of these head coaches are Kansas boys. They love their Kansas basketball. Brett grew up in Rose Hill, KT Turner in the Little Apple of Manhattan.
Yeah.
His dad, Ken, late father, who passed away 30 years ago, tragically. His dad was a long-time, big-time assistant coach at places like K-State, Cincinnati, and Ohio State. This is Ellingsworth, who made the basket earlier, denied by Alston, stuck back up and in by Wells. Jaden on the spot. Hustling down court quickly, Alston to DeGrew.
Well, they're going to stay in that zone. That's a good choice right there for UTA. Of course, ACU into statistically what they don't do well.
Big focus against the zone for Brett Tanner and his team. Get it as deep as possible. So there's the kick out. Doesn't always work, but it did that time.
Yeah, it does. It's working out for the Wildcats this semester.
You tell me, if you get it to the post against the zone, you got some options.
Yeah, you go inside out, yes.
And there is foul number 6 against Abilene Christian in the first half. Just a couple called against the Mavericks. Really fun start here on the corner of East North 16th and Campus Court in Abilene, Texas. Well, Abilene Christian, which is 6th last in the nation in terms of threes attempted. Maybe just being in the same gym with UT Arlington has their 3 juices flowing. Abilene Christian's 5 of 8 from 3. They'll go games without taking 8 3-pointers, but they've taken 8 and made 5 so far.
Yeah, well, maybe it's a message sent to Coach Tanner. We want to shoot threes.
That is deflected by Hunter Jack Madden.
I don't know. This is a fantastic pace for both schools right now. This is a really good game. It's entertaining. ACU's doing. They're at a point threshold right now where they've not been before.
And both of these teams feel like their records don't suggest how good they are and can be. Ware working on the freshman and intercepted by another freshman. Christian Alston elevating to one-hand that takeaway. 6th turnover.
Good length.
Make it the 7th turnover for UTA. Sawyer with his back to the basket. Now drives in, kicks it back. Still 10 seconds on the timer. Bettiol on Ware. No, and Ware the rebound. 5 double-doubles this year. Robinson hustling into the front court. This is UTA at their finest.
I got to give the assist to Brody Robinson. I would give it to him anyway, but my Lord, he got down there and found him.
Smith lost it. Knocked out of bounds off of whom?
You know, you get out of control like that, Grant. That's why Coach Tanner wants him to slow down a little bit. I mean, I want you to be aggressive if I'm Brett Tanner. Yes, right here. He gets in transition, and that's UTA's game right there. It's a transition basket. Now watch how fast. Well, we're not going to see it, but watch how fast they get the ball down the floor and get a little out of control. And that's what drives Coach Tanner crazy.
Wells now has 3 threes, 11 points to lead all scores. Wildcats fortunate to come out of that scrum with the ball. 6.5 minutes to play. 2-point lead for the Wildcats.
A real sagging man. Looks like it's disguised.
Williams tries a 3, halfway down and came out. And Robinson looks to tie or take the lead. Ware throws it home. And we're tied at 27.
Yeah, it's their pace.
And let's see how the Wildcats respond.
You know, and ACU's taking the good shot.
Alston goes cross court. Williams finds Smith. Can't get it to go, but Ware commits the foul. That'll be his first. One more look here.
That's what transition will do for you right here.
And again, who's in the middle of it?
Can't see
The smallest man on the court,
Oh.
Brody Robinson at
Yeah, that's why I gave him the assist.
5'11". Dishes for a 3 and now a 2. Already with 5 assists. They had 17 assists on 22 makes Thursday night.
You know what's incredible about UTA to me, Grant, is the fact that they go to USC and they had less than 65 possessions. They're going to have 80 possessions today. And they play a school, Big Ten school, to within 2 on limited possessions because they shot the ball well. And here we are. We're going to create 80 trips today.
They had a wild game, UT Arlington did on Thursday night. They got up 17-3 on Seattle, led by 16 at halftime. Redhawks went on a 20-3 run to tie the game at 50, and then UT Arlington had a 12-0 binge. And they wound up winning it by 9. Smith goes 1 of 2 at the line. UT Arlington, which never trailed in that win over Seattle, hasn't led yet here today. Robinson working on Smith, a little too strong as bodies collide. Abilene Christian looking to extend its narrow advantage. Bettiol made a couple of buckets early.
Yeah, they haven't gone back to him yet. They're going to have to. They're going to have to reestablish that inside game.
Smith got up in the air, it was deflected, so it was no travel.
There he is right there.
6 on the shot clock.
You got to take it.
Rivera tries to beat the buzzer, does get the rim, and a nice seal off by Wells of Sawyer, and it goes out of bounds off of the Wildcat missed shot.
I would think you're going to have, when I say show the numbers, Bettiol is showing you his numbers. That's when you throw the postman the ball, when he shows you his numbers. Elbows out, hands up, active hands, ready to catch the ball, had his feet set. They're going to have to go back to that.
Seamster on Sawyer. Beautiful spin move. He'll go to the free throw line to shoot a couple. Well, we may not see a whole lot of free throw attempts in this game. You got a couple of teams that haven't been to the line as much as others, in part for UTA. It's because they love to go up and down the court. They go too fast to get fouled.
You know, on that last possession right there, Seamster just out physical.
Yeah.
Sawyer. That was an experienced player versus a freshman. Now, if Sawyer learns anything, that won't happen next year. He's not a freshman anymore.
Seamster can tie it here. He's not a good free throw shooter, and he goes 0 for 2 here. The Wildcats hang on to a 1-point lead. Got Naz DeGrew at the point, Keon Williams back in the game, Bettiol in the low post. Working on Ware. Bettiol, the Italian. No. Rebound Williams, denied, and Seamster has it. Making it tough inside.
That's a good possession, though, because they went back inside.
Burford and a kick out. Wells has been hot. Cross court to Burford. Tough jumper and the first lead for the Mavericks with 4:05 to go in the first half. They've come from 7 back.
Yeah.
Abilene Christian's missed its last 5 shots. Touch pass. All the way around it goes. Giving up good shots for great ones. And that one was a good look that didn't go. Burford one-handed to Talbot. Seamster on Rivera. And one.
Yeah,
And a flex.
fantastic possessions for UTA.
Mavericks have made 5 of their last 6 shots, and they've taken a 3-point lead in Abilene.
Count the basket by number 2, Rachel Seamster.
Coliseum, where ACU is trailing 28-31. One of the most crucial players for both ends of the floor for ACU is Keon Williams, who is averaging 13.9 points, 5.9 rebounds, and 0.8 blocks per game. Coming off of a performance of 11 points and 5 rebounds against Tarleton State, I spoke with Williams on that win, and he says the momentum came from the energy of the fans, which was a factor to their win, as well as their guys hitting their shots. Williams says their key to winning this game today is to carry the same momentum by playing hard on the defensive end and moving the ball and doing what they do best. Back to you.
Alexis, thank you. The defensive end has not been quite what Brett Tanner and company had hoped for of late. 5 of the last 6 shots have fallen for UT Arlington. ACU has missed 6 straight shots. 3 of those, coach, have been threes.
And that's too many threes. They need, like we talked about, they need to go back inside. But he's sitting on the bench right now. I'm talking about making reference to Bedio.
Yep. DeGrew knifes through the zone, can't get the shot to go, but it's a Horniker tip out. But a deflection from Madden intercepted by the Mavericks. Seamster traveled as he caught it under the basket, so they exchanged turnovers. 8 now for the Mavericks, 5 for Abilene Christian.
The transition here is just phenomenal, and it has been UTA's pace from the opening tip. Now ACU shot the ball a little above average, and that kept them ahead, but they come back down to what the stats say they are.
Abilene Christian now 5 of 11 from 3, which is great, but they've missed their last 3 of those. And looking for any kind of a bucket here. 3+ minutes without a make, without any point. And now again, the shot clock dwindling. Madden, catch and shoot 3. Too strong. Horniker had his hand on it, but Wells gets the deflection, and the Mavericks can extend their lead.
Let's see if they try to take him off the dribble. They're spreading the floor and doing this just right here. Now he definitely can take you off the dribble.
Ware on Horniker. Fancy.
Yeah,
Lance Ware.
Lance Ware can play.
6 points, 5 boards. The former Kentucky and Villanova Wildcat. Oh, you see Williams wanted to take the 3. Horniker tries to answer. No. And ACU's missed 9 in a row.
Yeah. You know, but that shot is still there. You've got to go back to that shot. You might want to put Bedio in the game and let him take that shot, but that shot is there.
All Mavericks here in the last 5 minutes to go from 7 down to 5 ahead. Closing 90 seconds of the first half. Great ball movement. And Wells unable to get the long one to drop. 3 of 5 from 3-point range is Wells today.
Yeah, now if you're going to half court on this possession right here, we're not going to. You've got to look inside the Horniker. There you go. Now turn your shoulder and take him. There you go.
Horniker looking, kicking it out to Williams. He'll try a 3. Big one.
There you go.
Keon Williams has AC's 6th 3 of the first half in 13 tries. It's a 2-point game with a minute to go.
Good possession for the Wildcats right there. They settled down. That's the path to victory there, right, Grant? You got to go inside out.
Seamster backdoor knocked away by Rivera, and the Cats coming the other way. Ahead to Keon Williams. Bounces it to DeGrew, but it's taken away. The 6th turnover. Ware down court, throws it down again.
Transitions. That's their game.
And a quick timeout from KT Turner. ACU thought they had a chance in transition. Instead, Ware, the big man running the floor, rewarded.
You know, if you're ACU, you've got to have a safety. Someone you can't allow the deep pass like that.
Well, and if you're UT Arlington, a team that turns it over a lot, statistically speaking, relative to the other 354 teams in the country, it's a -3 turnover margin, But the points off turnovers, dead even, 7 apiece. It was 7-0 Abilene Christian early.
Yeah, well, and again, it's UTA's pace, yeah, and the deep passes right now. This is UTA's game right now. If you're the Wildcats, you're going to have to manufacture some points somehow. And UTA has disguised their defenses. They've run some zone and some sagging man.
UT Arlington is shooting 65% from the floor, 15 of 23. ACU has 7 more attempts than the Mavericks, which is why they're only down by 4. Smith back in the game at the point. 4-second differential, shot clock and game clock. You have foul trouble with Hubbard and Keon Williams for Abilene Christian. That's why they've been sitting more than usual.
Plenty of time. Now make you move. There
It's
it is,
Hubbard,
right there.
rejected by Ware, saved inbounds by Cade Douglas. They've still got a shot. Talbot from half court, a step inside of it, it'll count if it goes, front rim.
And at the half, the score is UT Arlington Mavericks 35.
And the early advantage for Abilene Christian becomes a 4-point UT Arlington lead at the break. 35-31 in favor of the Mavericks, and ACU coach Brett Tanner is with Alexis Stanley.
Thank you, guys. Back and forth first half. What did you see out there?
Well, I saw we had no sense of urgency. We started the game with an unbelievable energy and enthusiasm, and then we just lost it. They changed their defense. They got a little softer on us, and then we just started jacking up shots, and then our defense got soft. We can't let that happen, man. We have to play the same way all the time.
Thank you, Coach. Back to you guys.
All right, Alexis, thank you.
I would agree.
Yeah,
I would
it's
agree.
effectively what you said, Coach.
Yeah.
All right, halftime in Abilene. A couple of teams coming off their first conference victories on Thursday night, looking to piggyback it here in West Texas this afternoon.
Afternoon basketball here at Moody Coliseum. ACU jumped out to a quick hot start, but UTA was able to turn it around offensively, and they're ahead by 4 here in this afternoon basketball here. Jameson Sterrett alongside Matthew De La Cruz. Matthew, what went right there for both teams? I mean, it's really a tight matchup. Not able to really tell who's going to pull out just yet. Just a close 4-point lead for UT Arlington.
Yeah, Jameson, ACU came out into this game, and give Brett Tanner a lot of credit. He said he wanted to continue this momentum from their last win, their first win in conference, and they did through those first 10 minutes. They dominated the offensive rebounds. They were dominating offensive rebounds and second chance points, and they dominated turnovers. ACU came into this matchup 10th in the country in turnovers forced per game. However, the catch is that they are 122nd in the country in turnover margin. So they turn the ball over a lot, but they force a lot of turnovers to keep them in matchups. And give Leo a lot of credit. He started the game 2 for 2. Yanil Riviera for ACU started the game hitting a couple of momentum threes to establish that momentum early. However, UTA did not go out without a fight. Jaden Wells and Lance Ware. Lance Ware has 5 double-doubles in his last 8 games. Jaden Wells averaging 12 points per game for UTA. He is their leading scorer. He is their bread and butter. You see here he's 4 for 6. UTA ended that first half. They changed their defense. You heard Coach Tanner mention that with Alexis. They changed their defense, and it forced ACU to try to adjust, and they just couldn't in that second 10 minutes. And they ended the first half 1 for their last 11. ACU did, and so give KJ Jones, the head coach for UTA, a lot of credit for making adjustments and staying in this game. It's going to be an exciting first half as we take a look at some of these highlights. Braden Hubbard, obviously, he is the leading scorer for ACU. He has 7 points, and watch for him to get more involved. I would imagine Brett Tanner's going to scheme to get him more involved in the offense. And yeah, that was a crazy first half. JMO, what did you think?
Well, I think, for ACU, they're trying to get the ball inside. They really are, and they did early on there with Leonardo Bedial, and I thought they did a great job of it, trying to get it in there to him and some of those other post guys, but they just weren't really able to finish. Ware doing a great job defensively, not only on the offensive end for the Mavericks, but they're doing a great job blocking inside, down low. But ACU's trying to kick it out, get the ball out to Hunter Jack Madden, trying to get him on a streak, which he did hit a few there. Keon Williams as well. Just trying to get those guys on the outside to create those shots. I think ACU did a good job, though, defensively, kind of going with the press there towards the end of the first half. And it really looked like it worked there on the front end of the court.
Yeah, give UTA a lot of credit. They may be 1-4 in conference, yet one stat to keep note of is that through their 4 conference losses, UTA has lost by a combined margin of 12 points.
Right.
So this is a very strong UTA team. The ball just hasn't bounced their way as of late, but both teams have a little bit of momentum, and today the question is going to be, okay, who is going to sustain that momentum, and who is going to come out on top? And today is going to be the difference between a play-in game to get to Vegas or already starting in Vegas.
Yeah. Both of these teams started the week at 0-4 in conference play. One of them will leave out today, 2-4 in conference play. Jameson Sterrett, Matthew De La Cruz. We'll be back at the end of this one.
Getting ready for the second half here in Abilene, Texas at Moody Coliseum with UT Arlington leading Abilene Christian 35-31. Glad to have you with us here. Really fun first half, Coach. The script got flipped a little bit. Abilene Christian made some threes, and UT Arlington got it done inside the first half.
Yeah, they shot 50%, and then the Wildcats shot 46% from the three. Choose your poison. That's still UTA's pace.
Yeah.
twos beat threes every night.
If you have enough of them.
If you have enough of them.
Yeah, well, it's Abilene Christian at the moment trailing by 4. They've only won one game this year when they trailed at the half. So for UT Arlington, you heard what Coach Tanner said.
Right.
They really turned things up when Coach Tanner said he felt like his team lost its intensity.
Yeah, and it was like the air came out of the ball. And UT Arlington started junking up their defense with some zone, some sagging man, and took away some stuff, took away a few possessions. ACU cooled down.
Well, for Abilene Christian and UT Arlington, one of them going to walk out of here, as you heard Jameson say earlier, at 2-4, and they're going to be out of those bottom 2 spots. It's all about the top 7 this year in the WAC. If you finish 8-9, then you got to play an extra game just to make it to Vegas. Abilene Christian gets first chance here in the second half. Foul trouble to keep an eye on. Braden Hubbard, Leo Bettiol, and Keon Williams, 3 starters for Abilene Christian with 2 fouls each, and a corner 3 from Keon Williams to start the second half.
I was just getting ready to say, if Braden Hubbard doesn't finish this game, ACU's chances are go down way bad. But
7 of 14 from 3. Backdoor cut deflected by Hubbard.
That's why I think he's got to play 20 minutes.
Great start to the first half. Abilene Christian looking to replicate that here in the second. Bettiol had 2 early baskets, but held scoreless after that. Nice feed to Smith, and
Now that happens because Bettiol shows his numbers. They go inside. The defense collapses over to help right there, and then you catch him on the back door in the switch.
Darius Burford, the guilty party, and Smith with a chance to give Abilene Christian a pair of 3-point possessions to start the second half. They've regained the lead that they lost at the end of the first 20 minutes.
Now they need to sustain it, just like Coach Tanner talked about.
Smith, 1 of 3, but Hubbard gets the offensive rebound, unable to finish. And now the Mavericks trying to regain the advantage here. 1 minute gone by in the second half. A nice move by Seamster, but can't finish the deal. Bettiol in the low block on Lance Ware. Williams doesn't take the quick 3.
Good offense.
Giving up good shots for great. That was the message from Brett Tanner in practice yesterday. Yanni Rivera made a couple of 3s in the first half. 5 on the shot clock. Bettiol to the bucket. No. And that goes out of bounds because of Hubbard getting his hand in there.
Yeah, a little intimidation right there. You have to change the arc of your shot when someone's 6'10", and their wingspan makes them 9 feet.
Bettiol, hampered by a foot injury, can't quite elevate like he has been. Reach-in foul, I think, on Wells. It's 6'2" Wells, the LD Bell alum from the Metroplex, Hurst, Texas, playing not far from home. Cross court, can't do it against these long wingspans of UT Arlington.
That's a cardinal sin in basketball.
Burford to Ware, triple teamed. Robinson trying to make him pay. The much bigger Hubbard on him. A pair of JUCO All-Americas going at it. Rivera has it go off of Robinson, and it's going to be Abilene Christian ball as everybody getting their uniform dirty. One more look here.
Did you watch Robinson on this? Watch Robinson. He comes out of the pile right here out of nowhere. Boom.
It was him who got the last fingertip on it.
And you're 1-4?
Yeah, these two teams much better than their records, each having lost some close games. Here's Smith again on a give from Bettiol, and now they've got Bettiol under the bucket, but a kicked ball. And it's going to reset the shot clock at 20 and keep the ball on ACU's end.
You know, that's good offense right there, the handoff there at the high post, but you're giving it to Rich Smith, who's trying to score, and he's not a really good free throw shooter, and he's going to draw the foul. He's showing numbers. You got to get him the ball.
Boy, Ware has just
showing numbers.
Been so tough on Bettiol. And again denying. Bettiol now 2 of 7. And a foul on Hubbard, and that's Hubbard's third. And coming 75 feet from the basket, maybe not what AC would have wanted there. And that was a weird play because Hubbard got tangled up.
Yeah, that's a tough call, but you know you have to call it.
All right, so anybody's game here, a 5-0 start to the half for ACU. Mavericks have yet to score. Robinson with 5 assists in the first half. Seamster was terrific in the first. Another deflection. I think that was Bettiol who got his hands on it. Sawyer back in the game for Hubbard. Back door closed quickly by Wells. Seamster rising up and finishing for the lead.
That's definitely UTA pace right there, back and forth like that. They're going to score off turnovers. They're going to score in transition. We're not going to see a whole lot of sets.
Williams tries another three. Look out, Keon Williams has his third of the game.
That's a Brett Tanner no. Yeah, good shot. Good shot.
Our impact players showing out today.
Yes, he is.
Keon Williams and Lance Ware, both. Robinson to the bucket for Ware, and Smith will make Ware earn it at the free throw line.
Here it's interesting to watch. If you watch a possession for UTA like the last one right there in the half court, when they walk the ball up the floor, you can see how flat they get everyone on the baseline and in the short corner, and you have to guard that, which opens up 75 feet of the floor of a 94-foot court.
Less than 70% of the line, the lefty Lance Ware gets the first one to go.
You know, if you stand in front of Ware at 6'10" and that 8-foot or 9-foot wingspan, he'll embarrass you.
He started 9 games at Kentucky, and ACU got in the lane early. Doesn't matter, the shot was good. Tied at 39. Fun game.
Yes, it is.
Here at Moody. Contrasting styles in each. There's a control the game at varying points. Mashai Hill to the bucket he goes, and a little lefty shot won't go. Ball goes off, I think, of UT Arlington as Hill gives his team an extra possession. And that's the 9th offensive rebound for Abilene Christian.
Yes, and it's good to see Mashai be so active now. I think Coach Tanner really needs that to come in and spell Bettiol.
Williams leaves it for DeGrew. 10 seconds on the shot clock.
All right, you're going to have to get deep on this possession. You have 5 seconds.
Rivera double teamed. This will count if it goes. Almost did. Tipped by Sawyer, but UTA comes out of there. Robinson with a nice catch. Denied by Keon Williams, but a foul. And the third of the game on Keon Williams.
You know, Grant, that's why I say it's UTA's pace.
Fun one. Well, this was the desperation attempt by Yanni Rivera that turns into a transition opportunity, and Keon Williams, take a look into your living room. Denies Brody Robinson, but the foul called on Williams, that's his third. And Keon, who's got 3 threes, a season high. In fact, he's got 7 3-pointers in the last 2.5 games. He had only 5 in the first 17 games of the year, but he'll go to the bench as Robinson gets the first free throw to fall.
You know, Robinson was a JUCO All-American.
He was. In fact, he and Braden Hubbard, ACU's number 15, JUCO All-Americas last year. Great free throw shooter, good 3-point shooter. Went to Garden City after starting his college career at Chattanooga, the Division I level. It's Dontrez Williams in the game at number 6, and now Naj DeGroot picks his dribble up. Hunter Jack Madden back in, and ACU trying to work around foul trouble. Hubbard and Keon Williams each with 3 personals. Madden's been quiet, and he's called for a travel as he stumbled. 9 turnovers for ACU, a dozen for UT Arlington.
That's unfortunate. Such a close game.
Well, and that one play kind of summarizes the last month or so for Hunter Jack Madden, who's had to fight through severe tendinitis and is not himself. Seamster and Robinson again creating. Burford can't get it to go, but Ware can.
Beware of Ware.
A dozen for Lance Ware with 7, make it 8 rebounds.
And 3 dunks.
DeGroot for Sawyer. And ACU, which regained the lead, is now on the wrong end of a 6-0 binge by the Mavericks. Bettiol finally working to get somebody besides Lance Ware, and he scores.
Yeah, you have to go back inside like that to Leo. You're going to have to do that 60-70% of every possession.
Well, they've tried it. Ware has denied him. Burford touch pass, wide open. Wells, he's going to make that more than he misses. 4th 3 of the game, and it was Robinson again.
Well, you just can't take a possession off, period.
Tying the largest lead of the game, UT Arlington by 5. High post Sawyer. Oh, he's wide open. Didn't realize it. And can't finish. Wells transition 3. Maybe ill-advised, but Robinson gets the rebound. The green light is always on for this UT Arlington offense.
Absolutely.
And Sawyer working hard.
Now you're going to have to come down and go inside the Leo, this possession right here, to get back in this thing.
You see 3 Wildcats waiting in the wings.
I can feel it slipping away if I'm ACU.
Got a couple of true freshmen in the game. Madden wide open for 3 to answer. No. And a weak side rebound, Burford. Ball on his hip, finds Wells. That's bad news for the opponent, usually. And Wells now 4 of 8. ACU down 5, needing something. A whistle and a timeout, Brett Tanner. He maybe felt it slipping away as well. Media timeout.
Yeah.
13:01 to go. Back and forth they go with UTA on top at the moment by 5. Well, as promised, fast-paced UT Arlington. The miss from Burford, the finish by Ware. And then watch the ball movement. Burford, Robinson, Wells, book it. Ware's been dynamite. 14 points. Beg your pardon, Ware with a dozen plus 8 rebounds. And Abilene Christian looking for an answer here. Smith back in the game at the point.
You know, Coach Tanner's going to have to learn to live with these 3 fouls and wait till they get their 5th before he makes a move.
Hubbard back in with 3. Keon Williams with 3. This is Williams finding Betiol. A foul on UT Arlington, which was only called for 3 fouls in the entire first half.
Yeah. Well, we talked about during the timeout that there's no one going to the free throw line in this game.
And just 3 attempts for Abilene Christian in the entire game, 8 for UT Arlington.
You in a game like this, when you're fighting you're running uphill, a path to victory is a free throw.
And a nice jumper from short range from Braden Hubbard. He's got 9.
Yeah, they need more of Hubbard. Let's see how deep they put their players. They put them all the way on the baseline. You have to guard that. Look at the open floor.
Robinson. And that's going to be 2 free throws coming for Ellingsworth.
That's tough to guard, Grant. Look at how flat they are now. The open lane right there, a tipped. But you have to guard that, and then the offside comes in there and gets deep.
Ellingsworth, one of the newcomers. I mean, just about everybody is, with the exception of Brandon Talbot and Cade Douglas, who play sparingly. This is a new-look Mavericks team after they won 20 games last year. Made it to the championship game of the WAC tournament, lost to GCU. So Ellingsworth converts the first. A Carolina kid, North Carolina, went to East Carolina, then Gulf Coast State College, and gets both to drop. They are 7 of 10 at the line. ACU 1 of 3. Just a little bit of pressure here by the Mavericks. Took a few extra seconds off the shot clock for ACU.
Well, they're gone zone again right here. They're going to have to find a lane and penetrate the lane and find the shooter.
Williams has made 3 threes. This one for 2. Yes, Keon Williams has 11.
Yeah. Good sign for ACU. Keon's got to get comfortable, especially in the second half of the conference play. He's coming on.
Robinson directing traffic. The Houston kid, lightly recruited on the D1 level, showing what he can do. A steal by Hubbard. A chance at a run out. Hubbard goes up, denied. Williams to stick back up and end. It's a 1-point game.
That's why
Baker's dozen for Keon.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying you have to have more of Braden Hubbard. He's been sitting on the bench too much with the fouls. Coach Tanner's going to have to learn to live with that the rest of this game.
Media timeout coming to the next whistle with right at about 11 minutes to go in the game. 1-point advantage for UT Arlington. 10 on the shot clock for Talbot. Working on Williams. Nice move by Talbot, can't finish, and Hubbard the rebound, and ACU can regain the lead. Keon Williams to Smith, and there it is.
Starts with Hubbard. Starts with the rebound.
6 straight for ACU in the last minute. Remember the timeout that Brett Tanner took when he felt things slipping away like you did.
Yeah, it's a good timeout. Now look at, they're having to run set offenses.
The intensity is elevated for ACU.
This is not their forte.
Wells loses it. Hubbard comes out of there with it. 2-on-1, make it 3-on-1. Williams, yes! Does KT Turner want a timeout?
Right here. Yeah, they're going to take a timeout right here. They need one to settle down. They need to get back into transition.
Game of runs, and there is the timeout for KT Turner. It'll become a media timeout halfway through the second half. Are you not entertained? Good one from Abilene. ACU by 3. Take a look at some of the recent action. Keon Williams with a short corner jumper. Braden Hubbard denied by Ware, but a finish by Keon. Rich Smith, and then Hubbard, the no look to Williams, who hung in the air just long enough to get it up and off the glass, prompting a KT Turner timeout. And let's see how the Mavericks respond here on the wrong end of an 8-0 run. Underneath for Ware, double teamed, and a reach-in foul on Madden. 5th foul of the half on ACU. And never a bad idea to get it into Lance Ware.
Well, no, it's never a bad idea to get it into Leo Bedio either. They're two really good players. I'm wondering how are any one of these two 1 and 4.
Yeah, they don't look like it, do they?
No.
Ware kicks it out. Talbot to tie it. Yes, sir. Brandon Talbot, the Canadian, in his 5th season here at UTA, one of the veterans. They don't have many. Start over at 51.
All right, there you go. Show your numbers. Turn your shoulder.
Bedio, yes, off the glass over Ware.
Leo do that all day.
He's got 8.
That's got a lot of open court to work. There's no one in the middle in the paint.
Talbot traveled, he slipped. He thought he passed it before he traveled, and Roland Williams thought otherwise.
Yeah.
That's the 15th turnover for UT Arlington.
We haven't talked much about turnovers. We're not talking much about free throws either. There hadn't been much of that.
It's a +6 for ACU in the turnover department, but points off turnovers, pretty much even, 13-11 for ACU. And a lot of those have come here of late. Bedio wants it again, spin move on Ware. Nobody draws a foul, and finally Leo Bedio goes to the line to shoot a pair. Just the 4th and 5th free throws of the game for Abilene Christian.
I am telling you, Leo Bedio, watch his feet. Watch his feet right here. Great footwork. He hooks him.
Lost in translation, the Italian with a slip of the Jersey boy, Lance Ware. Good free throw shooter, Leo Bedio, 72% on the season, and that one friendly. All right, here comes Sawyer. Here's a freshman from Aledo, the last player added to the team. Big kid, 6'8", planning to redshirt until Joseph Vincent was lost with a season-ending shoulder injury. And so he volunteered to have his red shirt pulled, and now Sawyer getting some important minutes in a conference game and a 4-point lead for ACU.
Yeah, they're going to run 2 at, who are they running 2 at Robinson?
Robinson for 3, no. Look who chases down his own rebound. Ware to Robinson. They were both there.
Now this is not UTA's strong suit right now, this half court.
Underneath for Ware, and a finish. 1 on 3, and Ware gets it done.
Yeah, you do that when you're 6'10".
Madden has the green light at all times, but he's really struggled of late. Yanni Rivera made a couple of threes. Bedio high off the glass, and Leo has come to life with a dozen. Quickly the other way, Seamster, yes!
You cannot take a possession off, period. They will get down there and score on you in 3 seconds.
Seamster, the speedster. And we're under 8 minutes to go. Back and forth. Keon Williams. Sawyer. Jack to Jack. He'll try a 2-pointer. No. Rebound Bedio. Too strong off the glass, and Burford comes out of there with it for UT Arlington. They can tie or take the lead. A lot of contact. No, and Bedio pulls down the rebound.
Yeah, Bedio
and he's
needs a
gassed.
Yes.
He's out of petrol. Madden to Rivera. 2 of 5 from 3-point range today. He'll try another one. Too strong, and Ware has his 6th double-double of the season. 14 and 10 now with that rebound. Robinson to the basket. Underneath to a Seamster, no. And they're really letting him play, especially inside.
Robinson impresses me, how he can contort his body, twist it, he finds the open man.
Don't adjust your set. These teams are not in slow motion, they just look like it. We haven't had a whistle in a while. 6:40 to go in the game.
Find the open shooter.
Bedio knocked away by Ware. And a jump ball or a timeout or a foul? What is it? It is a foul on Bedio. An immediate timeout. Much needed. We're going to rest our voices for a couple of minutes. ACU nursing a 2-point lead. Well, the biggest win in Abilene Christian men's basketball history, 53-52, first round of the NCAA tournament against Texas. And one of the assistant coaches for the Longhorns, that man, KT Turner, now the head coach at UT Arlington. Talked to him before the game. He said, the first time I came, he said, that one really stung, by the way.
Yeah.
Cost him and Shaka Smart and the others their jobs. He said, I come to Abilene for the first time, and what's the code on the door to get in the locker room? 5352. I said, come on now. That's not right. I got a great one here.
Yes, we do. Showing numbers, you got to get him the number.
And Horniker called for fouling Ware, and that is the 7th foul of the half, meaning Lance Ware is going to the free throw line to shoot a 1-and-1.
There aren't a lot of fouls when you're in transition like that. Yeah, the only plays that you can call fouls on are on finishes at the basket.
Ware on the season, 67%. Not quite as good in conference play, and misses the front end there. Kind of feels like a turnover, doesn't it, when you miss the front end of a 1-and-1?
Yeah, in a game like this.
One possession game, and Abilene Christian trying to make it 2. Smith, and a throwaway by Rivera, trying to find Hornecker.
Rushed it.
That's the 10th, make it the 11th turnover of the game for Abilene Christian. And they miss an opportunity, both teams do. Robinson, so trustworthy. Seamster to the hoop, denied by Hornecker, but free throws coming for Rayshon Seamster. All-America, JUCO ranks for Eastern Arizona, where he scored 1,000 points in a couple of seasons, and now credit Hornecker for at least making him earn it.
Well, I think Seamster's probably one of the worst free throw shooters in the nation. Might be a good foul.
50%, just a tick above it. Gets 2 here.
Wasn't a bad foul.
All right, that student section trying to play its part.
You know, ACU needs for Leo to have oxygen. They've got to get him back in the game pretty quick.
Oh, just creeps over the front arc. It's a 1-point lead for ACU. As the Mavericks go 1 of 3 at the free throw line the last couple of minutes.
And now Hunter Jack's got to step up now.
Smith from Hornecker, a missed dunk by Rich Smith. And the Mavericks can take the lead. Open Talbot for the lead, yes!
That's our game.
Smith couldn't finish with the slam, and the Mavericks regain the advantage.
Missed basket or a turnover, boy, they are gone.
7th lead change of the game.
Hey, Hunter Jack's got to step up.
Bettiol on the bench with 4 fouls. Madden. Williams has been hot. Plenty of time on the shot clock. Hubbard to the hoop. Floater. No. Loose ball. Hubbard on the floor. Finds Smith, who's fouled as he goes up. He'll get 2 free throws.
Now that's how you stop transition right there. Second shots, third shots.
This was the dunk attempt. Smith thought he got fouled, but Robinson got it down court quickly. Talbot with a couple of threes.
You know, Leo's getting a really nice break right here. I guess they're going to wait till the under 4 timeout to get him back in the game.
Smith 1 of 3 at the line. Big one there to get within 1. He'll get another. It's going to be the 7th free throw attempt of the game as Mashai Hill, sophomore from Austin, checks back in. Hornecker, you see, heads to the bench.
Good minutes for Hornecker.
This to tie it. Friendly roll. Smith with 9 points, couple of boards, couple of assists. And we'll start over again. 2 teams trying to get their 2nd straight conference victory. From the corner, yes! Burford from Robinson. 8th assist for Robinson.
Well, I don't know if UTA could play any better than that right there. It's coming down there in the half court. They're scoring in transition. They're scoring in half court. They're finding players. Robinson is just a star.
Smith to the basket. Yes! He's got 11. A 6'4" point guard, more likely to attack the rim than to score from outside.
You make him shoot jump shots, you've got a chance. You let him drive as quick as he is.
And that's a foul on Hill, and that puts a great free throw shooter with the line for a 1-and-1.
Smart player. Robinson is so smart with the ball. He's really, really smart without a ball. But he can find the open man. And he rewards himself in his hard play by being an excellent free throw shooter.
Averaged 20 points per game for Garden City in that Jayhawk conference, which is just an absolute mill for high Division I programs, plucking great players out of there. KT Turner played for Hutchinson before transferring to Oklahoma City. 1-and-1. And Robinson gets the second.
Okay, now we've got 4 minutes. Hunter Jack has been AWOL. He needs to come through somehow.
And the lead is back to 3. As both point guards go 2 for 2 at the free throw line. DeGrew in at the point. Smith on the bench. Bettiol remains on the bench. The low post threat for ACU. Madden picked the dribble up, dumps it off for DeGrew. Hill, unschooled, big body, big bucket.
Huge.
Well, he's got the body of a D1 player, and
no doubt.
The maturation process continues. These are bonus minutes and points.
Absolutely.
A rarely used big man. Robinson maybe trying to create another foul. Gets it off to Seamster for Ware. And the 4th dunk of the night for Lance Ware. Robinson goes sprawling. DeGrew to the bucket. Touch pass Williams.
Well, they want to shoot the 3 so bad.
Driving on Ware. Turnaround. Yes! Keon Williams. How about these impact players?
Fantastic game.
Media timeout.
They're the go-to guys.
With 3:05 to go. Keon Williams feeling it. So is Lance Ware. 1-point game. The Mavericks in front. It has been a lot of fun. Lance Ware has had his way inside. Keon Williams, 15 of his own. Fancy move there. Get a little space. Too close to call with 3:05 to go, Coach.
You know what? I never thought we'd say this at this point of the game, but the difference in the game are the lack of free throw attempts by ACU. Everything else has been really straight up good shooting percentages, low turnover game.
15 free throw attempts for UT Arlington, 7 for ACU. Brody Robinson, steady at the helm for the Mavericks. Scoring, distributing, double teamed here. It's double bonus time for the Mavericks. The next non-shooting defensive foul. Send them to the line for a couple. Ware harassed. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Burford on Madden. Steps back, it'll count if it goes. No. Long rebound chased down by DeGrew. And ACU can take the lead.
Now Leo's got to go down and show his numbers and get back into the swing of things. He needs a sweat.
Great stop by the Wildcats.
There it is.
Bettiol gets deep. Can't get the bucket.
Good look, though.
5 of 12 from the floor, and Lance Ware a big reason why.
Yeah.
Leo's missed more than he's made. He's one of the leaders in the nation in field goal percentage, but Ware has made it tough on him. Robinson, no look into the corner. Wells, yeah, no! It was halfway down, but Ware gets the offensive board. Under 2.
Now look for them to attack Leo because he's got 4 fouls. I would. I'd find some way right there on the high screen.
Screen and roll, Robinson. Little short, stuck back up. No, but a foul on ACU. Couple of offensive rebounds. And Hubbard picks up his 4th.
Got to live with it. Got to live with it.
It is Seamster at the line, who's 2 of 6 today.
You know, everything is going UTA's way right now inside of two. They have 2 timeouts. They have the possession arrow.
Gets 2 free throws. Well, he is now 4 of 13 at the free throw line in conference play. 2 of 7 today.
And UTA has a foul to give as well.
ACU still not in the bonus. 1-point lead for the Mavericks. Seamster trying to make it 2. No! Hubbard with his 7th rebound. And Smith back into the point.
Boy, if ever there was a time for Hunter Jack to be a hero.
And a zone look defensively for the Mavericks.
Yeah, good call. Good call. Find a lane. Pass and step.
High post, it's Hubbard. Left-hand shot, no. Rolls off the far arc of the rim. That's a look that he loves. Approaching the 1-minute mark and a 1-point lead for UT Arlington. KT Turner barks out the play call. Robinson runs a little clock. 1 minute to go. 1-point lead for the Mavericks.
Gonna run a little horn set right here.
No look to Seamster, yes!
Great call. Ran the horn set, cleared out one side, got him on a roll.
ACU down 3. Don't have to go for a 3 here. High post, it's Hubbard. And a blocking foul called. It won't be free throws, that's just the 6th.
Yeah, they had a foul to give, right?
Another look here. Robinson, just brilliant. His 9th assist to the game.
Yeah, that's just really good coaching, Grant. You just clear out a side like that on a horn set. 2 high screens, he can rub it either way.
Feels like a must-make possession for ACU. 2 or a 3. Smith into Madden. Williams has been the threat from outside. A lob to Leo, and a finish over Ware with no help. And a timeout taken by Abilene Christian. Ware fronted. Smith lobbed beautifully. And Bettiol has 14 to bring his team within 1. Possession arrow favors UT Arlington.
Are we checking the clock? Is that what we're doing?
Says 34.0. ACU is now into single bonus.
All right, let me ask you a question.
UT Arlington double.
Let me ask you a question. You want to foul someone for UTA early? Who would you foul? Seamster?
Seamster would be, and we'll see if he comes out here. He is going to come out. He's 2 of 8 at the free throw line.
Okay.
Yeah, you either play defense. They did put half a tick back on.
Okay, well, if you foul him early and he makes 1,
yeah,
you're still just a possession down.
Yeah, the risk of just playing defense and not fouling is that if they do get a make, you're running out of time. Robinson is not the one you want to foul. A lot of contact, and beating the 10-second violation was Robinson. Wells is a good free throw shooter as well, and that's Smith with 19.3, sending Wells to the line for the first time tonight. 78% on the season.
You're still just 1 possession down.
He hasn't missed in conference play. 14 of 14. He's got 14 in the game tonight. He gets 2 free throws here. Shot clock off. 2 timeouts left for the Mavericks, 1 for the Wildcats. It still hasn't missed in conference play. 2-point lead. Both of these teams have been in late game, high pressure situations in conference play. Big free throws from Wells, the Division II All-America from Central Oklahoma, playing back close to home. And now for ACU. Coach, I don't know, you tell me. Is a 3 mandatory here, or if you can get a quick 2 with Bettiol, for example, would you take it?
I would go for the quick 2 and look for the and 1. That's what I would try to do, because I'm pretty sure KT's telling him you can't foul, especially on a 3-point attempt. Just don't foul. So if it somehow or another that sticks in their head, then you go all the way to the hole. Now, if you're ACU, you have to go to the hole. You can't sit here and pass the ball around and expect to get another possession. That's just not going to happen. And any jump ball situation, the ball goes over to UTA. And you only have one timeout left, I think. Yeah, both schools only have one timeout left.
Yeah, that was a timeout taken by UT Arlington. ACU this season has gone down to the wire with California Baptist and Seattle. UTA gave Utah Valley their best conference game of the year. They had them down 4 with about 20 seconds to go, and the Wolverines rallied to force overtime, and they won it with a steal in the bucket, and then they got a score in overtime to win it.
Yeah, I think I would go inside to Leo and see if I can't get him to draw a foul.
3-point lead.
Either that, Grant, or they're going to have to give up the 2 to Leo and just get the ball in and hope ACU fouls them.
And then we'll see how UT Arlington opts to play it here. Would they foul if it gets under 7 or 8 seconds?
Don't give
Smith.
don't give up on Hunter Jack.
Madden for the tie. Yes! Welcome back, Hunter Jack!
Don't give up on him.
Mired in the worst slump of his life. Rattles in a long one to tie the game with 6.4 to go.
Okay, now here's what you have to do. You have to make defensive substitutions. You got to get your offensive players at your best defensive players in. You have to keep everyone in front of you. You cannot take pump fakes. If they get the ball to the paint, great shot right here. God bless him. He's been AWOL, but welcome back. You've got to keep the ball in front. Now, if UTA gets the ball in the paint, you have to foul hard. You have to make him step to the free throw line, and he has to be hurt. I don't have any other way to say it. You have to get him hard.
Yeah, both teams in the bonus, double bonus for UT Arlington if they were fouled in a non-shooting situation.
Yeah, and if you're the official, the whistle goes in your pocket unless it's obvious. You're going to let them play through everything. There's not a referee in America that wants to decide a game.
You're saying that now. Did you believe that when you coached for 20 years?
No.
Okay. Take another look here.
Yeah.
Not a lot of separation. It was the 5'11" Brody Robinson over whom Hunter Jack shot it.
Yeah. Battling
tendinitis, hadn't been able to really elevate. And of course, Robinson didn't want to foul. And now,
you just keep them in front of you.
The Mavericks.
And you got to make them reverse pivot.
Will inbound. 5-on-4 defending.
Don't foul him. Now make him pivot.
5 seconds to go. Robinson gets the screen. This will count if it goes for the win. No! We're going to overtime. How did that not go?
Wow.
He ought to get a point for that one.
That was a great last-second shot by Coach Turner.
It touched the twine. Wow. That close to a rare road victory in the conference. We're going to play an extra 5 at least.
I'd like to see, you know, one of the coaching points in this deal, Grant, would be the fact that they inbound the ball and it goes to Robinson, okay? Which, okay, good. That's you know he's going to get the ball.
Yeah.
But you have to make him turn. You can't let him straight line dribble. If someone straight line dribbles on you, you're in trouble. And then they set the screen to boot on top of that. That ball was going to never be taken out of Robinson's hand the whole way. Well, that's fantastic.
It was that close. Another look here, the screen from Ware. He can't believe it. I still can't.
Great game.
So for the second time in 9 days, UT Arlington will play at least an extra 5 minutes. This is the first overtime game for Abilene Christian. We said it, these teams are not 1-4
oh, no.
caliber teams
no.
in conference play. They are playing like teams much higher up the standings.
Now
Ware and Bettiol will go at it again here.
You have 5 minutes of attrition now. Now free throws.
Foul trouble becomes an issue.
Foul trouble.
Hubbard and Bettiol with 4 each. For Abilene Christian, no one with more than 2 for UT Arlington.
You know, if I've got 1 or 2 fouls, if I'm a Wildcat, I foul Seamster every time he gets the ball. I hack a shack on this guy and create a possession.
First time that ACU has scored 70 in a game against a Division I opponent since early December when they went on the road and beat New Mexico State. They have really struggled offensively, won some games in there, and Bettiol out jumps Ware for the tip, and the Wildcats get first chance here.
They're going to run zone. Yeah, they're going to stay in zone.
Madden with those 2 threes, the second one
Don't give up on Hunter
tied
Jack.
the game. Hubbard for the lead, yes! Got the mid-range game. He's got 11.
Yeah, I'm very proud to see Braden Hubbard come alive. You got to have more Braden Hubbard going down the rest of the season.
2 first-team JUCO All-Americas. Robinson and Hubbard, and now a flush. Robinson to Ware. And we're tied again. Ware has 18 to go with a dozen rebounds. Bettiol got 4 fouls. Gets his own miss. No, taken away from him by Burford. 5 of 14, 6 of 14, I should say, Bettiol. Burford. Robinson with a one-hand catch. Going to work on Smith. Remember, they're in the double bonus, and he draws the foul. The jitterbug. Beautiful.
They just clear out the side and run the back door on that. That's pretty basic, but.
And again, free throws coming here for Robinson.
I was just going to say, Robinson, I can see why he's All-American. The way he can draw fouls, he draws attention to himself.
That's the 20th attempt of the game for UT Arlington. They've made 13 of them. KT Turner trying to win for the 3rd time on the road. He's almost automatic. And that's 4 straight points for the Mavericks after ACU took the early lead.
They're going to have to go inside to Leo again. Leo's going to have to find Hunter Jack. They're going to have to put him on the same side of the floor.
Brody Robinson with 9 points and now a career best 10 assists.
Well, they've gone back to man. There he is.
Madden defended by Wells this time for 2 in the tie. Yes! Madden coming alive just when his team really needs it.
Now it comes down to coaching, Grant. They're going to run sets now. This is execution.
Tied in overtime. Ware rolls to the basket. Burford may have been deflected. Bettiol boxes out for the board.
You probably want to run the same thing you've been running if you're ACU on this possession. Great possession for UTA. They just missed.
Someone's going to 2 and 4 in conference play. Getting right back in the thick of the conference race. A lob to Leo. Nice catch. Can't finish. Gets his own miss. Turnaround. Blocked by Ware. Bettiol gets it back. And a shot clock violation. Brett Tanner wanted goaltending. Take another look here. That one was not. I don't think that one was either.
No, that wasn't.
Brilliant.
That's just great defense.
Ware has been phenomenal. So, Keon Williams today, great game. Robinson cross-court intercepted. Ware scoops it up. Wells for the lead. No! Smith skies for the rebound, the point guard. 2 minutes to go in overtime.
We got guys hanging around the basket that don't normally hang around the basket.
It's a good thing neither of these teams play until Thursday. Madden. No. I'm not sure. It looked like almost like a pass. It was a floater.
Yeah. All right, let's see what they do this time.
Robinson to the basket. Kicks it out. Wells for three in the lead. No. Where the offensive rebound? His 13th of the game. A new 20 for UTA. Crossover by Robinson. Cut off by Madden. Steps back for the lead. Oh, he can do it all. That one didn't pop out. His floater at the gun in regulation.
Yeah, that was huge.
Came out. That one on a second chance opportunity created by Ware. Now Hubbard onto the basket. Gets up in the air. Gets out of it. Under a minute to go. Williams finds Smith. No. Tied up. Oh, is that a foul or is it a? It's a foul on Bettiol, his fifth. Step back from Robinson for the lead. Well, a little justice for Brody.
Create space. And the coach tells him to get up.
And now Ware. 2 free throws as Bettiol fouls out. I mean, that was hard work for Leo today. Lance Ware made him earn every one of those 14 points. And now the freshman Christian Alston trots in. Some massive free throws missed late in regulation. Big ones here. Ware gets 2. No. And a timeout taken with 42.1 to go. I mean, how Ware can even get a shot up from the line is impressive. He's played almost the entire way, 41 minutes for Lance Ware.
Yeah.
It was his offensive rebound up the miss from Wells that gave Robinson the chance. And that was Hunter Jack Madden with a tough 2. You get one more free throw here for UT Arlington. And Brett Tanner is drawing up what he wants his team to do when they get the ball back.
You know, in general in basketball, when you coach, you go on the road, you don't expect to, maybe you get 10 free throw attempts, you know. And today, UTA has done such a great job. They've been to the free throw line how many times?
It's going to be the 23rd attempt.
Yeah, that's fantastic when you're on the road.
Only 7 for ACU, 7 attempts.
Yeah, you would expect that on the road.
Yeah. All right, so Ware gets one more. He is 2 of 4 at the line today. Brody Robinson, there you go. 12 points, 3 boards, 10 assists, career high. He almost had a triple-double Thursday night in their win at home against Seattle. 9 lead changes in this game. Robinson nearly won it at the buzzer in regulation. Make or miss here. We'll see if ACU goes for the 2 or the 3 with Bettiol now out of the game. Big one here for Ware. No. Alston the rebound. Big misses. And now ACU can tie with a long one or get within 1 with a 2. Final half minute of overtime. Madden tied it in regulation. Finds Smith. Williams reverses again. Yes, with 16.6, 1-point game.
Good call.
Didn't settle for the 3 even late. And Keon's got 19 to lead all scorers.
Keon and Hubbard have made a big difference. I guess maybe 2 or 3 games ago, they've come alive pretty well, except for the foul trouble with Hubbard. I wouldn't have taken the 3 early on that possession. I would have tried to get the and 1, which is exactly what ACU was trying to do.
Shot clock is off. Possession arrow should have come to a hell ball favors UT Arlington. And the scoreboard favors the Mavericks as well. You can count on one hand in a month of WAC basketball the number of road victories UT Arlington this close to another.
Okay, now in this possession right here, Grant, ACU's going to have to go for the steal. They're going to have to run through a passing lane and force UTA to get them down the floor. And UTA is not going to go down unless they have the layup. So
remember, at the end of regulation, they didn't guard the inbounder.
right.
They will guard here with Dontrez Williams on Seamster. Seamster's a player you would want to foul. Talbot, double team. Finds Seamster.
They got him.
And we got a foul called against Rich Smith, and that's his 5th.
But that's okay. That's okay. He's played a great game.
And Seamster's the one they wanted at the line.
Yes, absolutely. That's who you want at the line.
So you lose Smith to his 5th foul.
Yes. Right now, if I'm Seamster, I'm thinking pressure is a privilege.
Yeah.
I want the ball. Give me the ball. I'm not that bad a free throw shooter today, right now.
2 of 8 at the line today. 4 of 14 in conference play. Talbot did a good job of getting out of that double team in the backcourt.
Now, if he misses this, I don't think ACU has a timeout. If he misses this, you've got to go all the way to the hole, and you've got to make the referee pull the whistle out of his pocket and either call a block or a charge and get on the free throw line and hope you make the basket.
Double bonus, so 2 free throws here for Rayshawn Seamster.
You got to go all the way.
Big one.
Pressure is a privilege.
Well, it'll all be forgotten
Yeah.
if he knocks this one in and they come away with a victory.
Well, then you have to penetrate and find Hunter Jack.
This to make it a 3-point lead. Clutch, just clutch. Rayshawn Seamster was targeted because of his free throw shooting this year and today, and he hits the bullseye twice. Now KT Turner calls the timeout. Up by 3, 12 seconds to go. You've already had the game go to overtime because of a 3 from Hunter Jack Madden. You don't want to foul too early, but I would imagine
they don't have a foul to give, though, do they?
It's double. The next non-shooting foul will be double bonus, but you're up 3. Let a little time go off the clock and then foul maybe if you're them, or do you just play straight up?
Oh, definitely, yeah. You want to milk the clock, keep him in front of you, milk the clock, and if he decides he wants to foul. You're going for a steal.
5 seconds is what so many coaches talk about. Once it gets to 5 and you're up by 3, that's when you want to foul. ACU wriggled off the hook in regulation. Can they do it again? Keon Williams has 3 threes today. Hunter Jack Madden has 2.
It's got to be a straight line
Hubbard
dribble.
inbounds to DeGroot. 10 seconds to go.
Straight line dribble.
Hubbard back to DeGroot. Down by 3. Looking for Madden. Steps back for the tie. No! Won't matter. Won't count. It's over. UT Arlington.
What a game.
Comes west and walks away with an overtime victory over Abilene Christian. This time, Madden couldn't find the magic.
No.
Robinson with a hand in the face. And the huge free throws from Rayshawn Seamster forced ACU into a 3 attempt. And UT Arlington is back. Back-to-back victories, 2 and 4 now in the conference. Abilene Christian falls to 1 and 5. As we send it up to the guys at the desk. Jamison and Matthew, take it away.
Man, Matthew, what a finish here at Moody Coliseum. The Wildcats weren't able to pull it off, unfortunately, but hey, you got to give JT Turner and his team, the Mavericks, credit for that one because, I mean, what an amazing finish. Both teams played neck and neck the whole way, and Hunter Jack Madden had a nice 3 to send it to overtime, but UTA was really able to finish strong there.
Yeah, and we knew this was going to be a close game, Jamison. UTA knows how to play in these close games. They have experience, and that experience shined through down the stretch.
Yeah.
Lance Williams, ACU had, quite frankly, no answer for him as we take a look at some of these final stats. ACU had points in the paint in that second half. They made a good adjustment. won the rebound margin and ended up losing the turnover margin at the end of the day. Not common for ACU, but a big win for the University of Texas at Arlington. Good big win for them. Lance Ware, unstoppable, unguardable, and at the end of the day, UTA made more plays than ACU did.
Yeah, ACU just couldn't find an answer for Lance Ware. They had all the guys, and I mean, you know, you look at Robinson there, tried to finish it at the end, he couldn't get it. Hunter Jack Matta did a great job hitting that clutch free throw, clutch three-pointer to send it to overtime. He wasn't able to do it again. But Matthew, what does this kind of play out going into further WAC play for both sides? You know, UT Arlington obviously picks up a nice win. They move to 2-4. ACU falls to 1-5. What does this kind of play out? How does this play out, you know, for both teams moving on, especially for ACU?
For ACU, it's just starting from ground zero yet again. It feels like you just got a win and got some momentum beating Tarleton a week ago. And for UTA, it's let's carry this momentum forward and let's battle for a spot. They finished third in the WAC last season. Let's battle, try to get that position again and give your team the best chance to win WAC Vegas.
Well, thank you guys for hanging out with us this Saturday afternoon. Matthew De La Cruz, Jamison Sterrett, Ron and Grant, you guys take it away.
All right, guys, thank you. Just 7 free throws for Abilene Christian, 25 attempts for UT Arlington. Thanks for the entire team, Grant Boone and Ron Holmes. So long from Moody.